Well, hello everyone.
Hi.
And welcome to the city of Pittsburgh. Last night I came in here on the Pennsylvanian. And on the Pennsylvanian I met a bunch of interesting people who told me a bunch of interesting things to do in Pittsburgh. Also, I had no cell data, so I couldn't just, look up things to do in Pittsburgh on the internet. So after all the conversations I had on the train, I compiled a list of things to do with my sister Susanna here, who goes to Carnegie Mellon, which we're right behind. And everything you see in this video was suggested to me by a person on the train. Let's go. So Susanna, tell us about this first place we're visiting.
Well, her name is Kathy. She is the beloved Cathedral of Learning, iconic building of UPitt, looming over Carnegie Mellon's campus.
I was raised here in this living hell. You don't know my kind in your world. Fairly soon the time.
Alright, so this is the Stephen Foster Memorial. And as I was walking to a retreat with my friend Andy, shout out to Andy, she was carrying all of her stuff in this huge sack for some reason, and she had to keep stopping to like readjust the sack and pick it back up. And that was the only reason that I ever would have seen this sign by the Stephen Foster Memorial that shows that he was one of Pittsburgh's beloved songwriters. And one of his ballads included the fine song "Oh Susanna," a tune very near and dear to my heart, though he spelled it wrong apparently. So that's just a fun fact about this place. According to my friends at Pitt, like the top few stories, I don't know what's in the very top stories, but you can only go so high unless you're in the honors college, and then the honors college is the next 10 stories. So that's some elitism right there.
So according to Wikipedia, the Cathedral of Learning here was built between 1926 and 1937. It is the second tallest educational building in the world, second only to the main building of Moscow University, and it was built in the late Gothic style from the late Gothic period. Paced by a school bus. Science due to the Greek volcano.
Does PNC just own all of Pittsburgh?
So Pittsburgh is named after Fort Pitt, which is this fort right here. And as you can see, there's a cannon. So one thing that people on the train said to do was walk along the rivers, and there's 3 of them in Pittsburgh, so we got a lot of walking to do. First of all, here's the Monongahela and the famous Yellow Bridge, whose name I do not know.
Alright, so this is the exact point where the 3 rivers of Pittsburgh meet. We have the Monongahela, the Allegheny, and the Ohio. We already talked about the Monongahela. The Ohio is where the 2 rivers merge, and then they go all the way down to the Mississippi and don't leave the United States until they hit Louisiana, right? Or around New Orleans?
Yes.
Is that it? Yeah. So that's kind of cool. They're near to the Atlantic now, but they go all the way down there. But anyway, the Allegheny is known for the colloquial saying, which is something I'm not exactly sure of the exact terminology, but it's something like hitting it all the way into the Allegheny. And this saying comes from some baseball field that's right by the Allegheny, and whenever a home run is hit, sometimes the ball goes all the way into the river. And so people will actually go out in kayaks or whatever to see if they can catch those home runs. Fun facts with Suzanne.
Do baseballs float?
I don't know. I don't think so. Would they?
Okay, moral of the story, Baseballs float if your dog hasn't chewed them up. So Pittsburgh is the first city where I've seen a dock system for scooters. So another thing that Pittsburgh is apparently known for is Polish food. So we're gonna go find some. Perfection. Behold, pierogies. Susanna's going to taste test.
Oh, it's very hot. It's good. Rather starchy, but good.
Also, nice flag.
Yes, this is my weapon of mass destruction. Polska.
Za Twoim przewodem złączyć się z narodem.
I heard it on the radio on my way back home that I'm gonna be someone. I guess it was a song they wrote saying don't go slow cause you're gonna be someone. They were singing hallelujah, hallelujah. I heard it on the radio on my way back home. Some days I don't think my mama thinks I'm good enough to be a superstar. But one day I will show her I'm a diamond in the rough, I'll be a superstar. Cause there's a crown covered in glitter and gold.
Now we're here outside Permati Brothers. And here we have our Pittsburghers, which, as we can see, have coleslaw and fries on them. Update. It is now the next day, and Susanna is currently in our dorm doing calculus, but I'm here at Station Square. This building was built by the Pittsburgh and Lake Erie Railroad in 1897, and now serves as a shopping mall.
Whether you like it or not. Some days I don't think my daddy thinks I'm good enough to be a superstar. One day I will show him I'm a diamond in the rough, I'll be a superstar. Cause there's a crown covered in glitter and gold. I'm gonna wear it.
First time I've ever seen this thing.
I'm gonna wear it, whether you like it or not. And I'll be singing halle, 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 hallelujah. Halle, hallelujah, whether you like it or not. Yeah.
So this very prominent piece of public art on the Carnegie Mellon campus has a bunch of sculptures of people walking up a pipe, and then it just ends. And it is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I'm gonna be someone. I guess it was a song they wrote saying don't go slow cause you're gonna be someone. They were singing hallelujah.
All right, calculus has been done, and we are on the way to
Square!
Ooh,
that was beautiful.
So now we're in the bendy bus, and it looks like it's held together with duct tape. And here we are at Chengdu Gourmet in...
Squirrel! Wait, oh, I forgot the thing.
Ready?
Squirrel!
And that's a wrap for our tour of Pittsburgh. Thank you everybody on the Amtrak Pennsylvanian who gave me these suggestions. I've had a wonderful time over the past 2 days. And be sure to like and subscribe. Take care.
Bye.